And the family life and spiritual life is being left behind. And Lord Krishna, all he wants to do is just give you this helping hand to find yourself, to find where you've got lost. And the best analogy I can give you is this, just to picture this for a moment. Your body is like a car. The car is owned by Lord Krishna, and he's the driver. He's the most experienced driver of all, and we are the passenger. And like all passengers, we do it. All of a sudden we turn around to the driver and say, hey, let's try this shortcut, let's try this route over here. Let's avoid this traffic jam and go here. And we think we know better than the driver. And then what happens is, we take that turning, and all of a sudden the road gets a bit bumpy. It's a little bit like the bumps in our lives. And then all of a sudden we start to get to these hills, up and down these hills, a bit like the ups and downs in our lives. And all of a sudden we get lost, as we do in our lives. And then all of a sudden we hit a wall, just like we do in our life. We don't have the trust. We just don't have the trust. And that is why we get lost. That is why we have anxiety, why we have fears and worries, because we don't know who or what to trust. Because everyone wants something from us. Everyone. But with Lord Krishna, the one unique thing which he wants to share with you is that you can trust him. I can trust him because I now have this love relationship, this most beautiful divine love relationship that I've never experienced in my life. And I'm experienced. I had a 10-year marriage with my first wife, a 22-year marriage with my second wife. I had a 5-year relationship after that, and also had relationships in between those relationships and before my first wife. So I've had a good 37 years worth of serious relationships. And I thought there was love in those type of relationships. And there was, but it was conditional love. I will do this if you do that. All those sort of things. But with Lord Krishna, the one beautiful thing about Lord Krishna is he's got absolutely everything in the universe. And therefore he doesn't need anything from me or from you. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Because if he's not after anything from us, then he's got no reason to make things conditional. He can just give and 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 give. And it's beautiful. But we can't just come around to Lord Krishna and say, oh Lord Krishna, this is what happens in a normal, let me give you this another scenario now. Most people go to their local temple or mandir when they've got a problem. Oh, my mother's sick, my brother's got a problem. I've got a problem with my job, I've got a problem with money. I need a new mobile phone and a new car. Can you please help me, Lord? Please, please, I pray to you, please can you help me? And this is what most people do. They go to the Lord when they've got a problem. And then when things are good, they don't go that often because they forget about the Lord and get on with their lives because things are good. But then they realize, oh no, it's not going well again. And they go, let's go to the temple. Let's see what we can get some help from the Lord. But Lord Krishna, he doesn't work that way. It's not the way that one can get really deep. And this is what I've learnt in life, is we can't just ask for things or demand things or pray for things. With Lord Krishna, and the most beautiful thing about it, he knows everything in your life. He knows everything that's happened in your past. He knows your whole present. He knows your whole future. And why? I'm sure I discussed it with you before. as you know yourself, inside your heart you have an Atma, your soul. And sitting next to your Atma is your Paramatma. And inside your Paramatma is where Lord Krishna with his beautiful lotus feet sits. And therefore he witnesses everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you feel, everything that you know, everything you think, everything you smell, you taste and you touch. He knows. So we don't even need to ask him. But the difference between someone who just says they love Krishna... Actually, I'll give you another example here. You've all got mothers. And often you turn around to your mother and say, I love you. But there's two types of saying I love you. One is in words and one is from your heart. And I'm sure a lot of you have said it in words, and sometimes you say it from your heart. But you know there's a distinguishing difference between the two, I'm sure. And it's the same thing with the Lord. I speak to so many people who come to the Mandir, and I ask them, how much do you love Lord Krishna? And they say, this amount, infinity. But then I speak to them and I say to them, can you tell me, how many hours a day do you study your work? And they say normally, 8 to 10 hours a day. I say, and how many hours do you spend on your phone each day? Maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, so that's 10 to 12 hours. And then I ask them, how many minutes a day do you spend with the Lord? And some people will say, well, I'll do puja in the morning, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes. But how can we say we love the Lord to infinity, yet spend so little time with him? Just picture this for a moment. Imagine you're in a relationship, if you're not already in a relationship, and the 10 minutes you spend with the Lord every day is the only 10 minutes you're going to spend with your partner in form of love. Only 10 minutes a day of love you're able to give to your partner, because that's all you give to the Lord. What would your partner really say? I don't think they're going to find acceptance with that at all. So what Lord Krishna is teaching us, and we know in this age of Kali Yuga, is the only way that we can get that close and build up that beautiful, unconditional love relationship is to serve the Lord. And serving the Lord means chanting his name, reading his name, singing through kirtan, thinking about him, talking about him, listening about him, feeling. And when we start to make Lord Krishna the absolute center of our lives, then something very, very transformative starts to happen. And it's very beautiful. The starting point is chanting his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And when we start to chant his name, we start to read about him, then all of a sudden he starts to take up more space in our minds and our lives. You see, during the day, I'm sure you get distracted, your mind gets confused, you can't focus on what you're doing, or your mind's just chatting away. That's my Devi. Lord Krishna said my Devi to us, to see how distracted we were going to be. But the moment we start chanting his name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, my Devi starts to go quieter. So the more you chant Lord Krishna's name, the quieter my Devi goes. And slowly we're getting that bit closer and closer and closer and closer to the Lord. So not only when you chant do you start to feel meditative, something very, very special happens. It's a process of what we call purification. As we talked about before, our minds, our words, our thoughts, our feelings are very, very contaminated living in the material world. Now you can have a bath every day or a shower every day and wash your body and put on clean clothes. And although we appear to be clean, we're not. We're still very, very contaminated, dirty inside. And what Lord Krishna wants to do, and what he does do, is he just starts to purify us. He cleans us from the inside out. And this is what he wants to share with you. He wants to give you the opportunity to decontaminate yourself. Many, many, many years ago, when our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada was alive, he was interviewed by a journalist. And the journalist said, "I hear you, Hare Krishnas, you brainwash people." And he said, "Yes, we do. We wash their brains. We clean." And this is what I found happening myself. And I found that my characteristics have started to change. So my tolerance levels have changed. My ability to accept certain things have changed. I'm far less selfish, more mindful, more kindful. I was always kindful and mindful, or what I thought was mindful and kindful, but there's always more that we can have to make us that more cleaner person, a more caring, a more loving, a more giving person, and not have our whole lives worked around me, 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 I. And this is why Lord Krishna invited you to the mandir. He wanted to give you an opportunity to not just to see him, not just take his photograph, not just to post it on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest, but he wanted you to have this opportunity to transform your lives and build this most loving relationship. And this is a very personal relationship between you and the Lord. And that is the beauty about why he wanted you to come to the mandir here in the Holy Dham, ISKON Vrindavan. Because he wants to give you this opportunity. Not all the people who walk past. He made arrangements for you and I to have a talk with him, me being his servant. And this is why, if you can find a way just to start, the starting point is just a chant. When you wake up every morning, wash your hands, wash your feet, rinse your mouth, and just do one round, or at least one round. Just one round is enough as a starting point. And with that, he'll already start to realize how much you love him. Because I know so many people I spoke to, they say, yes, I will do it. I'll do one round every day. But I also know that I've spoken to lots of people and they say, do you know what, my work life has got in the way, my family life's got in the way, money's got in the way. We've always got excuses. And you'll always find excuses. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you have to do, but what I can tell you is what I've experienced is so beautiful and so divine, and I've still got so much work to do. I've got such little knowledge. But Lord Krishna, he continually takes us through these lessons, and he teaches us through life's experiences. And now you have this opportunity for you similarly to transform your life in the way that Lord Krishna has arranged it, and not continue to stay lost in the material world. I'm not saying that you've got to give up the whole material life, your home, your family, your work, your job, your money, your friends. No. What I'm talking about is doing something a little bit special, because some people, they have their little bit of spiritual time, maybe 5-10 minutes in the morning doing puja or arati or a couple of rounds of chanting. What I'm talking about is, rather than just having your separate spiritual time and then you've got your rest of your normal day, is try to merge them. Try to realize that everything that you have in your material life, whether it's your car, whether it's your job, whether it's your friends, whether it's your possessions, whether it's the money, where you live, everything Lord Krishna has given you already. He's arranged everything. And therefore, everything we have can be spiritualized. Use the example as I did with my phone. As I said to you, no doubt, when I met you, that the phone I have is not my phone. It's Lord Krishna's, for starters. And secondly, it's not just a material phone like every other phone. It's spiritualized. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is, whenever I go on Google, I only look up things about Lord Krishna, nothing else. When I go on YouTube, I only look up things about Lord Krishna and nothing else. When I go on WhatsApp, it's only to communicate with other Prabhus here and devotees here in the mandir, and of course my mother and one of my daughters. The notebook I use on the phone is only for Lord Krishna. So I found a way to spiritualize everything on that phone for Lord Krishna. And it's beautiful. So I use it purely as a spiritual phone. Now, you can't just turn your phone into a spiritual phone overnight. But Lord Krishna has given you the opportunity to start to merge it. And by chanting his name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he'll start this process off with you. And then, as you do more work, as you start to study, all of a sudden, you'll find that your mind has started to change. How you do things, how you think, how you feel, what interests you, where you want to go, and the type of association. And all of a sudden, you find that you're able to start to spiritualize all things that come on in your life. And you might choose to give up certain things, or not. But those are part of your lessons, and Lord Krishna will take you through that. But the beautiful thing is, he just wants you to realize how beautiful a person that you are. How much love and happiness you have inside you. How much goodness you have inside you. How much mindfulness and caring that you have inside you. But often we don't know about it because it's covered. To give you an example of what I mean, all the purity emanating from your heart, from Lord Krishna, is like the sun in the sky, a blue sky. And all our life's experiences are these clouds that come by and don't allow the sun to shine through. But behind every cloud, the sun is still shining, the sky is blue, and every cloud is temporary, and it moves. And this is your opportunity for you to move beyond these clouds and start to experience the Lord, Krishna's consciousness, and transform your life. And it's beautiful. And maybe one day, the glow from the sun that we feel when it's a sunny day is the glow that we feel from the Lord inside our heart. And all we have to do is chant his name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Read his name, sing his name, think about him, feel, and make him the center of our life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. It's very, very beautiful to share this from the Lord. As I say, this is everything that comes is from the Lord. And he's the one who's asked me to speak to you to say, you've had all these past lives, you've got possible future lives, but if you want to break the cycle of birth and death, pain and suffering, and as our founder Acharya says, just this one life, what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? You haven't, but you have so much to possibly gain, and it's beautiful, so divine and beautiful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.